Whether you're looking to add a touch of nostalgia to your space or simply upgrading things you already own, you can give new life to old pieces and create a unique and personalized look. Today we're upgrading vintage wall art.
Gonna lay here on the grass.
I found these three pieces in three different places. The first one is this vintage piece that seems to be quite a collectible. Apparently, a man by the name of George Bouza started a company in 1907 that made posters, greeting cards, and books, and eventually these framed pieces called mottos. And it looks like this one was from 1925, but someone gave it to their mother in 2020. So perhaps the mother was a collector. So this is a really neat piece. I love the frame and I didn't want to change it much, so all I did was take a little bit of gold rub and buff and fill in these places on the sides of the frames that looked like it had worn off.
Been walking down the street so many times my feet know every brick and stone could wear a blindfold.
I loved the little hanger at the top, and as I looked a little more closely when I added this rub and buff, it actually has the name Bouza, B-U-Z-Z-A, on it, and you can see it right there. So I thought that was really neat. So apparently this is an authentic piece. I love the teal color of this frame, and the gold accents are perfect with it.
Where the beauty never ends. Different cities, friendly faces, and perhaps I'm going back.
This vintage wall art is a piece that I found at the Goodwill bins. I liked the picture in it. The picture's a little bit yellow tinted, so I was trying to decide what color I wanted to use on the frame. I couldn't get the art out of the frame. It was in there pretty good. So I just covered up the artwork with some paper and then proceeded to paint the frame. I decided to use milk paint for this frame, and it's in the color of porcelain. I mixed it up and I let it sit for a few minutes, and then I just got one coat on there. It looks pretty thin, but all we need to do is get one coat on there, let it dry, and then we can proceed with another coat. Once I got the second coat on there, I did use my heat gun to dry it and also help it crackle just a little bit. I'm sorry, I know my camera's focusing in and out, but now that you can see some of this crackle, that's exactly what I was looking for. So next I did take my little finger sander and I sanded over the raised parts and the edges of this frame. I also made sure to hit those corners really well. Now that I have it to the chippiness that I liked, I took some DIY's Big Top and I'm going to seal the entire frame with this. So now I'm going to pull the paper away and we'll take a look at how it looks with its new paint job. I couldn't find any information on this particular piece, so I'm sure it's nothing that's collectible or fine, but I think it's the perfect little tint for spring.
I don't need to feel lonely. I am finally home at last. And I don't mind being gone.
The next frame I actually found at a garage sale in my hometown in Arkansas. And this is an actual hand-painted rose that you see here. And once I got to looking at it, it's actually painted by a friend of mine's mother. So maybe one day I will pass this back on to him when I see him. But I took the frame and I removed the artwork. We're just going to set that aside, not do anything to it. It's beautiful just as it is, and the frame is beautiful as well, but it needs to be brightened up just a little bit. So I'm using some Rub and Buff in Antique Gold, and I'm just hitting those high spots just to highlight them. Now I added the artwork back in there, and I think this is absolutely beautiful. So let me know which one of these upcycled vintage wall art pieces was your favorite. And keep in mind, when you're at the thrift store, don't overlook anything. You can always give it a little TLC and bring it back to life. If you like thrift flips and other budget-friendly decor ideas, I invite you to join the Chic family by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.